topics. Later on, we'll study MOSFET. So what I'll be doing today is I'll be discussing the MOSFET construction and working, so that you'll come to know what is the exact difference between the MOSFET and JFET.
So for second internal still where do we have it?
Whatever I'll complete this week, that will be there.
Yes.
Beginning, we have kept 1.5 chapters for the first. After that, the second part of second module and the fourth module will be there.
Yes.
And second part, second module, second part I have uploaded in the GCR. You can get that material, and this module also I will upload.
Yes.
So before, there are some concepts or topics which are related to JFET, which we'll be studying it later. First, we'll understand how how the construction and working of JFET and MOSFET is. So JFET we have done yesterday. We were pending with the transfer characteristics. So transfer characteristics always deals with the variation of the output with respect to the variation in the input. That means this transfer characteristics will be always plotted with the current output current versus the input voltage what you are going to apply. So if I take an n channel JFET, n channel JFET, so which is the output current in n channel JFET? Which is the output current in n channel JFET?
Sir?
Which is the output current in n channel JFET?
Sir, electron, sir.
Which current I'm talking? Drain current, no?
Yes, sir.
Drain current. And I told you in transfer characteristics, we will plot the output current versus input voltage. But what we were doing in drain characteristics, what we were doing in drain characteristics, how we were plotting it, what are the parameters which we considered in plotting? Yesterday we had drawn the graph, no, drain characteristics, ID and VDS,
Drain current versus drain
drain
voltage.
to source voltage, keeping gate to source voltage constant. Okay, so now we have to plot the transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics is a graph or a variation between the output current with respect to the input voltage. So output current is ID, drain current ID. So what is the input voltage? Input voltage means what? The voltage which is going to control the flow of current, no, that itself is input voltage. So input voltage is VGS. So can you tell me now for n channel JFET whether this VGS will be positive or negative? VGS is positive or negative?
Negative, sir.
Negative. So when VGS is negative, we take the second quadrant, and after that we can mark the points. So current will be in terms of milliamperes. When the VGS is 0, can you tell me what will be the current when VGS is 0? Assume that VDS is maximum, and VGS is 0. What will be the level of current? If I take the level from 1 milliampere to 8 milliampere, can you tell me what might be the level of current? Maximum,
The
medium,
maximum current will flow.
maximum
8,
rate,
sir.
8. Okay, 8. Then what I'll do, I am going to keep VGS to -1 volt. Then what will happen when I keep -1? Whether it will reduce or increase?
Reduce, sir.
Reduce. Okay, let us say the current is here. Next, if I take -2, let us say, then again it will reduce. 3, the current will come to this level. When I keep -4, then the current will come to this point. So now I am going to join this curve. The graph which is obtained now, this is known as transfer characteristics graph. Okay, so VGS at the point VGS, you can see at this particular point VGS, what is the current? What is the current?
0, sir.
0.
0.
This point is known as pinch off voltage, VP. Pinch of voltage, VP. Okay, this pinch of voltage can be defined in two ways. One thing is, it is the voltage at which the current will be 0. After which the current will be 0. It is the voltage after which the drain current will be 0. Or in other way, can you see here? See, when I from this point, when let us assume from -4, I'm going in this direction. I'm keep on giving -4. After that, I'll keep -3.5. After that, I'll give -3. What happens when I change -4 to -3.5?
Current will increase, sir.
Current will increase. In the same way, if I go in this direction, what happens? When I go towards 0, the current will be keep on increasing. That means, in other way, we can tell pinch off voltage, the voltage before which the current or the JFET starts conducting. Pinch off voltage is the voltage before which the current start flowing in JFET, or current will be flowing in the JFET. Okay, or in other way, it is the voltage after which the current stops flowing. You can tell starts flowing or stops flowing. After -4 stops. Before -4, it will be flowing. Okay, that point is known as pinch off voltage. So here, as you go towards VGS, go towards 0, the current will be maximum. In the same way, for if someone asks you, plot the graph for P channel JFET. So what modifications we need to do? Hmm? What will be for P channel JFET? What will be VGS? Whether it will be positive?
Positive.
It will be positive. The same graph, current will be same kind of graph. 1, 2, 3, 4. So same graph it will be getting on the other side. Again, this point is known as pinch off voltage. It is the voltage after which the current stops flowing in the JFET. This is the transfer characteristics of JFET. So after this, they'll be asking the characteristic parameters of JFET. Today, NT class will not be there. Instead of that, fourth hour maths will be taken. So my fourth hour we have mutually exchanged. So characteristics parameters of JFET. So in the characteristics, you should be careful in answering. Characteristics of JFET means, what are the characteristics of JFET? Means what you will tell? If they are asking characteristics of JFET, you should explain drain characteristics and transfer characteristics. If they're asking characteristics parameters, then you should explain, you should discuss the parameters. Parameters are the first one, transconductance. So transconductance GM. After that, we have input resistance and capacitance. Then drain to source resistance RD, amplification factor mu. After that, power dissipation PD. These are the different parameters which are considered with respect to JFET. So it is just a definition one by one. They'll ask the definitions. What are the characteristics parameters of JFET? Means one by one. It is just small definitions. So transconductance means, what is transconductance? It is the inverse of resistance. Right? It is the inverse of resistance. So here the conductivity depends upon what? You have studied, you have understood the working of this JFET. According to the working of JFET, the conductivity depends upon what? Hmm? Anybody? Conductivity. It depends on what? The conductivity depends upon the two parameters, that is current ID and gate to source voltage VGS. Because when VGS is the one which is going to control the flow, ID is the one which is going to indicate the current flow. So these are the two parameters we are going to consider. So conductivity is inverse of resistance. So for resistance R is equal to, what is the formula? I want everyone to interact. I'll be asking questions from now onwards. So everyone, you have to answer. So whoever will be not answering the questions, they have to write the entire notes and you have to submit. At least you have to open up your mouth and you have to tell something relevant to that. This is the punishment. So if you are not going to submit this assignment, then I'll be not correcting your scripts. So it will be just withheld. So this is what I'm going to follow from now onwards. So being liberal I don't think it will work out with you guys. So I have to start my way of approach. So from now onwards, whomever I'll be asking question, you have to answer. So I'll be asking tomorrow means today whatever I have done, you have to answer it. You have to go through the videos and you should know it. This is the condition from now onwards. Otherwise, you will not study. So now tell me, what is the formula for resistance in terms of voltage and current? Sanjana.
Hello.
Tell me, what is the formula for resistance in terms of voltage and current? Yes, Sanjana.
Hello.
Yes, tell me, it's audible, tell me.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir, I can hear
Yeah,
you
tell
now.
me, what is the formula for resistance in terms of voltage and current?
V by I equal to R, sir.
V?
Voltage by current is equal to
So in the
resistance, sir.
same way, I have told you resistance is inversely proportional to the conductance. Now can you tell me what will be the formula for conductance?
I by V,
I
sir.
by V. So what is this current? Which what is it, a source current, drain current,
Source current, sir.
source current?
Drain current, sir.
What is this voltage?
Pinch off voltage, sir.
Pinch of voltage. Gate to source voltage, these are the two parameters I told you. No, conductance depends upon these two parameters, means here also you'll be having VGS only. So transconductance, it is the ratio of the change in drain current with respect to the change in gate to source voltage, keeping VDS constant. This is the definition. So if VGS is, see, GM is inversely proportional to VGS. If this is lesser, your conductivity will be more. And GM and ID are directly proportional. This indicates that when current is more, automatically your conductivity will be more. So this is the definition for transconductance. Okay. Pallavi.
Yes, sir.
What is transconductance? Just now I told. Tell me what is transconductance. What is transconductance? Just now I told you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me. It's audible.
Delta ID by delta VGS.
Put it in words. Put it in words. Delta means what?
Change in the drain current, sir.
Change in the drain current to the
To change in the gate to source voltage.
keeping VDS. Okay. So this is transconductance. Okay. So you can observe, listen carefully. You have to keep on writing in your rough book. GM is inversely proportional to delta VGS. That means if your delta VGS is lesser, then conductivity will be more. Then when conductivity is more, your current will be more. This is one thing. Next, coming to input resistance and capacitance. Input resistance here, if I take the JFET like this, if I am going to write like this, here we'll be having VDD. So
Hello, this is a call.
So in this case, this is the current will become, this is the drain, this is the source, this is the gate. Now, this is known as the input side. This is known as the output side. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what is the input resistance? Which is that input resistance? Which is that input resistance? We are talking about, or where does this that input resistance exist?
Sir, the depletion region, sir.
Depletion region, across which terminal the depletion region will be?
Gate terminal, sir.
Yes.
Gate terminal.
So the depletion, the resistance, the input resistance will be across the gate. Remember this. It will be helpful while writing the quiz also. The gate terminal of the FET will be having highest resistance or highest impedance, because this will be, gate will be always reverse biased. Okay, so now can you tell me what is the input resistance? Input resistance is the resistance offered by the gate, which is always high because it will be reverse biased. Okay, now coming to the capacitance, input capacitance. Is there any chances of having capacitance here? If yes, where? I'll give one hint. So diffusion capacitance, depletion.
Sir, the junction, sir.
Which junction? Is correct. Tell me. This is P and N. So
Sir, it
depletion
is
layer.
PN junction.
Hmm?
It is between the PN junction because the depletion region forms.
Hmm.
There will be a resistance given.
Yes.
So charges won't be able to flow.
Hmm. So we know
During
that
that time, it
P
stores.
and N, P and N forms a junction. In that junction, we already analyzed in while studying the diodes that P acts like a positive plate and N acts like a negative plate. So this two forms a capacitance. If this two forms a capacitor. So can you tell me when a diffusion capacitance comes and when a depletion capacitance comes? When do we have diffusion? When do we have depletion? Depletion capacitance always occurs, or the depletion capacitor behavior occurs whenever a PN junction is reverse biased diffusion capacitance is exhibited whenever the PN junction is forward biased. So now can you tell me whether we can experience a depletion capacitance or diffusion capacitance in JFET?
Depletion capacity.
Why?
Because it takes place in reverse biased condition.
And because always the gate and the drain, they will be always in reverse bias condition. Obviously, we experience depletion capacitance. This is how capacitance is exhibited. So capacitance will be across the junction of P and N. Next, drain to source resistance. Drain to source resistance RD. So how to write the formula or definition for this RD? RD, whenever they ask for resistance, means first thing you should come into your mind is formula V by I. Now the question is which I? Is it gate voltage or drain voltage?
Drain voltage, sir.
Drain voltage. Because we are talking about drain to source resistance. Obviously, this is drain voltage. What about this? This will be drain current. So during this case, we will keep VGS constant. So delta VDS by delta ID. So RD is change in drain to source voltage with respect to the change in drain current, keeping VGS constant. That is drain resistance. After that, we are having amplification factor. In general, you know, amplification factor is what? What is the basic definition for amplification? I'll tell one example. There was a singer, she was singing using a mic. In the speaker, we were listening the amplified version of her voice. Now, can you tell me a relation? Input was given at one side, output we are getting other side.
So amplification factor is nothing but the gain of the device, right?
Very good. Amplification is nothing but the gain of the device. So in this case, whatever we have taken JFET, if I want to express the amplification factor, so in terms of voltage, what will be the formula I can write? Just now I wrote a circuit.
VDS by VGS.
Very good. VDS by VGS. So output voltage is VDS. So and input voltage is VGS. So rate of change of drain to source voltage with respect to change in gate to source voltage, that is amplification factor. And amplification factor in JFET is expressed by mu. Okay, delta VDS by delta VGS. This is the amplification factor we are having. This formula we also sometimes for the purpose of solving problems we rewrite this formula mu. Mu is equal to, if I am going to take what I'll do is I'll divide and multiply this delta VDS by delta VGS. I'm going to divide and multiply by delta ID by delta ID. Now I'll write delta VDS by delta ID into delta ID by delta VGS. Can I write like this? So now What is delta VDS by delta ID according to the formulas which we have derived? What is delta VDS by delta ID? V by I. Just now we did
RD.
RD. And what is delta ID by delta VGS?
1 by RT.
Not
1 by
Transconductance, sir.
transconductance, GM. So mu can also be written as RD into GM. They can ask for some 3-4 marks. Derive a relationship between the drain resistance, transconductance, and amplification factor. This is the derivation. After this, the last one we are having is power dissipation. Power dissipation, it is given as the product of the drain current and the drain to source voltage. Power means V into I. Okay, so it is the product of drain current and drain to source voltage, and it is given by ID into VDS. So this is about the JFET construction working and its characteristics, all those things. Next, just a minute. So after this, the next is the MOSFET. We'll study the construction and working of MOSFET, and then we'll go with other topics. So MOSFET means metal oxide semiconductor field effect of transistor, a field effect transistor. Okay, this is also sometimes called as IGFET. Okay, IGFET. So it is insulated gate field effect transistor. Insulated gate field effect transistor. Okay, so this is the full form of MOSFET or IGFET. Here, the construction working of MOSFET is again different from JFET. Okay, first we'll discuss about the construction and working. Then we'll discuss about how JFET and MOSFET are different. They may ask you compare MOSFET with the JFET. That's why we'll discuss it later once we know the construction and working. So in MOSFET, the change speciality in MOSFET, what we are having is MOS, metal oxide. So metal oxide. So oxide layer will be added to this. But in our normal JFET, there was no metal oxide. There was no oxide layer. But here there is an oxide layer. Oxide, whenever oxide comes, it will be an insulating layer. So here we are going to use a silicon dioxide layer, SiO2 layer. So silicon dioxide layer is being used. That's why it is known as insulated gate field effect transistor or metal oxide semiconductor FETs. So here we are having two types. One is depletion MOSFET, and other one is enhancement MOSFET. These are the two types we are having, depletion MOSFET and enhancement MOSFET. Again, here we are having two types, N channel D MOSFET, P channel D MOSFET. Here also we have N channel E MOSFET, P channel E MOSFET. Okay, these are the different types we are having. In this first, we'll study depletion MOSFET, N channel D MOSFET. N channel D MOSFET. So in the N channel D MOSFET, how we are going to do this is, we are going to take a P substrate. Substrate means a base. P substrate. To this P substrate, we are going to have, or we are going to embed two N-type wells. It looks like a well, no? That's why we call it as N-well. Two N-wells, here one and here one. Two N-type N-well. And we are going to connect them by an N-type layer. Small layer to connect this well to this well. It is just like a pipeline between this well to this well. After this, we are going to have a SiO2 layer. On this, we are going to have an SiO2 layer. And we are going to use a metallic or ohmic contact, which are going to directly connect this N well. And here also, we are going to have metallic or ohmic contact. In the middle also, we'll fix one metallic or ohmic contact. But the change what we are going to have is, the middle metallic contact will not be in touch with this N. So now this is the source, the middle one is the gate, and the last one is the drain. And the speciality with the MOSFET is, instead of having three layers, three terminals, it will have four terminals. Maybe in the Viva or anywhere in any interview, they can ask you, how many terminals an MOSFET is having? This is known as substrate connection. So substrate terminal. Okay. There are four terminals for MOSFET. But practically, we are just going to use three terminals. We are just using SGDR, that is source gate drain. Will not use this one. But still, this will be provided if necessary. If you want to excite this P layer, then we'll be connecting this. Otherwise, we'll just open it and we'll keep it open, or we'll ground it. Okay. When you come to lab, we can show you how it will be. So there will be three terminals, and this terminal will be, we are going to cut this terminal, or we are going to just bend that terminal. So that is a useless terminal. So we are going to have this. This is the connection we are having, and this will be usually, it will be grounded, or it will be left open. Now, we know that the drain, towards the drain only we are going to take the output. Towards the drain we take the output. And here we are having the source. So source and the gate, initially both the source and the gate, they will be grounded. Okay. Now I want to make the electrons which are present in this N well to flow towards the P well. This is ohmic contact, metallic contact. So I have electrons at the source, this N well. I want that electrons to flow here and to come here. After that, I want it to come out through this drain terminal. So in order to make this, or in order to have this flow of charges, what kind of voltage I should apply? Because there should be some kind of attraction here, then only the electrons will flow, right? Otherwise, they are not going to flow. So what kind of attraction I should create here so that all the electrons will start moving towards this?
So positive.
Positive. So I'll be connecting it to a positive supply. So positive supply. So since we are going to connect it with between the drain and the source, source is also connected here, no? That's why we call it as VDS. Okay. Now we start conducting and they start flowing. The current starts flowing. So more you increase VDS, more and more electrons will be flowing here. But I want someone to control this. That's why I'll be always using a gate. Okay, that's why I'll be always using a gate. So now the question is how the gate can be utilized here. How we are going to do, what we are going to do here in the gate is, we have to, the electrons are flowing here. The electrons are flowing here. So now, in order to make in order to reduce the number of electrons flowing to this N well, then what I should do? I have to divert these electrons, right? It is just like there will be a rally going on. So I want to destroy that rally, means what we should do, we have to charge on them, or we have to divert them so that they'll run here and here, so that the number of persons who are moving here will be in the rally, they'll be diverted. In the same way, here, to reduce the charge flow towards this drain, what I'll be doing is I'll be connecting one more power supply to the gate. Now, what kind of supply I should connect it here to divert the electrons from this N layer? Diversion, repulsion should happen. Repulsion should happen means I should connect the same kind of potential. Same kind of potential I should connect. Now, you can ask me one thing. There is a insulated layer here because there is no connection here, but still, what is the use of this? Yes, there is an insulating layer here, and the insulating and this gate, this ohmic contact doesn't have any direct contact with this, but it is going to create a positive electric field. The electrons cannot penetrate through this and come here. They cannot come to the gate, but it can just create but because of this voltage, it will be just creating a negative electric field will be created, but the electrons cannot penetrate and come here by any other means. The electrons cannot penetrate, but they can just feel the attraction or repulsion across this particular area. Now when I connect it to the negative terminal, what happens? The electrons will get diverted and they'll jump into P layer. P layer is having majority charge carriers as holes. What happens? All these electrons combine with this electrons. They combine with this electron. Now number of electrons which are moving from source to drain will be reduced. Because of this, we'll be having lesser drain current. Now suppose if I'm going to connect positive voltage here, what will happen? I'm going to connect a positive voltage. What will happen? Gate will be given with positive voltage. What will happen? During that time, before that, let me know. Majority charge carriers here are holes. Minority charge carriers are electrons. This is a p layer, means obviously it should have minority charge carriers as electrons. So when a positive voltage is applied to this gate, it is going to now create a positive electric field. When positive electric field is created, what will happen to the electrons which are present in this? What will happen to the electrons which are present in this p layer? They will start entering. Is it? They will just join. It is just like a rally is going on. There is the people are standing here. They are attracted by that rally. They also join into this rally. So the number of people in the rally got increased. In the same way here, when you apply a positive electric field in the gate during that time, because of the attractive force which is created across this layer, these electrons will jump into this N channel. The channel which is used to connect this to N is N channel. That's why the name N channel D MOSFET. But whatever higher positive voltage you might apply here, the electrons can just jump into the channel, but they never enter into this gate terminal. Please remember this. They can never enter to the gate terminal because they cannot penetrate through the insulating layer. They can just feel the attraction, but they cannot penetrate through it. Okay. So based upon our requirement, if you want to increase the drain current or decrease the drain current, we are going to use the gate voltage. Okay. So this is the working of N channel D MOSFET. Similarly, P channel D MOSFET is also same way. It is just the inverse of it. We will be having two P well and one N well. Okay. So this is about the D MOSFETs we are having. Tomorrow we'll study, in the next class we'll study about the characteristics, symbols, and we'll go to E MOSFET, and we'll see the other topics. Okay. Now the quiz is available. You can start taking the quiz.